The racing thoughts symptoms. Yeah, they're very, very common. I experienced them quite a lot myself when I was struggling with anxiety disorder. I remember them at the time. My mind was racing all the time. Couldn't seem to shut it off no matter what I did. My thoughts would just go, 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 and it didn't matter what the subject was. It just my mind would just rattle on and rattle on and rattle on. It seemed even particularly worse during those undistracted moments. I would be trying to rest or relax. My mind would just be racing about all kinds of things. And I noticed that as my anxiety grew, my mind would be racing about really frightening things, fearful things. It seemed like my mind wouldn't stop trying to scare me with all the different kinds of things it would be thinking of. It was particularly bad too when going to sleep, when you're trying to rest and you're trying to shut off and quiet down for the night. My mind would just race and race and race, and it took me forever to go to sleep. The other thing I noticed is that it was particularly bad in the morning when you first wake up. Your mind is just going and going and going and going, and so much so you couldn't go back to sleep. You'd have to get up because you'd have so much energy pouring through you. So the racing mind symptom is very, very common. It's a great indication of the body's level of stimulation, whether it's from stressful activities, lack of sleep, being really overly anxious. All of that gets the body's stimulation level higher, and that stimulation is going to create the mind to generate more thought processes, and as a result we have this racing mind phenomenon. But it's very, very common, especially common for people who are overly anxious. So it's nothing that we need to be concerned about, and there are natural ways that we can quiet everything down so that the mind starts to be more quiet and more settled than it is when it's racing. The symptom description we mentioned in our article about the racing mind is common descriptions of it by people who've suffered with it. So again, it's something that a lot of us experience, especially when the body's level of stimulation is higher than normal, such as when we're overly anxious. Again, it's not something we need to worry about. Very, very common. There's a lot of ways we can get the body's stimulation level quieted down so that the racing mind will begin to cease. And as we mentioned, it's important to recognize that this isn't a symptom we can quickly get rid of. Once the body becomes hyperstimulated to a point where it's generating racing thoughts, then we have to work at calming the body down over the course of time so that the thoughts as a result calm down as well. So again, nothing to be concerned about. Do the natural strategies to get your body back on track, and you'll find that this racing mind symptom will diminish and eventually disappear as well.